Might remember a guy called Kyrie Irving. He's been doing the Black Hebrew Israelite thing. He was promoting a book and a documentary which involved Holocaust denial. Hebrew Black Hebrew Israelitism is the belief that black people are the true descendants of the tribes of Israel. They're like the real Hebrews. Black Hebrew Israelitism also involves the belief that like the current recognized Jews, actual Jewish people are, and then it's all like Nazi stuff. We're like, oh yeah, well those Jews are fake, and also they control the world to destroy our race. Blah 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 blah. There are people who are Black Hebrew Israelite leaning that are not full on Nazi. I don't think Kyrie Irving's sort of leaning back though. Um, because again, he was promoting the Holocaust denial documentary. The like, what is it called again? It was like it was like from Black to Hebrew or something like that. No, it is an ideology so insane that it feels fake. But unfortunately, that's just what ideologies look like these days. It's whatever. Um, that's just how it be. Hebrews to N words. Yes, there we go. Thank you. SB Nation, give me that video. Brown tweet supported by Kyrie Irving, not Barclays Center demonstrators. Jalen Brown sent a tweet on Sunday intended to support Kyrie Irving, not the Black Hebrew Israelites who demonstrated support of Irving outside Barclays Center. Right. Let's not skip, huh? So Jalen Brown over here, who is a person, I believe. Let's see. Probably a person. Also a number 7. Energy in response to this extremely normal demonstration of support for an athletic figure. Move the king! Some of us used to be in the club. Normal way for athletic types to be supported. I see this all the time at baseball games. People in identical uniforms shouting in unison. Kingdom tone, and in that kingdom we shall rule. In that kingdom we shall rule. And we keep the laws in Christ. And we keep the laws in Christ. We shall never give up our mind. And we'll get a kingdom too. And in that kingdom we shall rule. What are they saying? They are chanting about how they're going to get their long-awaited kingdom and they will rule that kingdom. It's essentially the same as the Nazi, like, Aryan myth. The idea that there's, like, a historical Volk, like a historical bloodline that they try to restore. And once they've done so, they'll fulfill a kind of ethnic historical prophecy that will bring about their rule, their promised return to power. Yes, it's truly Blitlerite stuff here. Yeah, it's not great. Ideologically, this is a kind of like the Charlottesville Tiki Torch thing. I mean, to be fully clear, these guys are Nazis but black. We don't need to parse this. That is what they are. And they're just demonstrating out here, So that's cool. The sort of Blitler wing. I liked these tweets too because if you go in the comments, you will find some people who disagree. You're also going to find a lot of what seems to be like normie black people defending this, If it's black, it's a hate group. If it's white, it's patriotic. I get it now reading these comments. SMH. Huh. Kyrie bringing his cult to games now. Y'all gonna find a way to still make him look bad for this? For the brown shirts chanting outside his game. Yes. So that's not good. Between that, Kanye West is running in 2024, and in the video where he announces it, Milo Yiannopoulos is one of his campaign people. What's more, Nick Fuentes was in the building on the announcement. This has been confirmed. Yeah, Kanye is running for president and announces it, one of the prime presidential candidates, in a video that has two neo-Nazis in it. So that's super cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, he also got let back on Twitter, and this was the first thing he tweeted after confirming that he was unbanned from Twitter. So that's super cool. Elon Musk liked the tweet, by the way, which is great. Do you think he's talking to Fuentes? Well, I don't think Fuentes is there for no reason. That's for sure. So that's cool. Hey guys, remember how conservatives have spent decades using token black pundits as a way of fronting racist positions while avoiding the criticism of being racist? People like Candace Owens, you know? Don't you think that if the right was progressing onto neo-Nazism, they would do the same thing there? I mean, isn't it kind of interesting that right around the resurgence of the far right, we see huge figures like Kanye and Kyrie not only delve into neo-Nazism themselves, but start organizing behind structures for promoting those ideologies? That's kind of interesting. It's super cool. You know, it's great. I love the Blitler wing of the far right. Um, I think the Twitter account for the state of Israel actually screenshotted this and said we want nothing to do with this or something like that. So that's kind of funny. They dropped that black solidarity to shack up with the Nazis real quick. Guys, black Hebrew Israelites do not dislike Nazis. They have gotten along every single time. The reason for that, and Nazis like black Hebrew Israelites, because both groups want an ethno state. Black Hebrew Israelites talk about like leaving to form some kind of like pan-African ethno state. So on and so forth, white people staying here and such. They've always gotten along, Marcus Garvey got along with the Ku Klux Klan. Did you see J.K. Rowling liked a Libs of TikTok tweet defending Kanye? I didn't see that, but it's not surprising to me. Bosh, I think a lot of the black people who are reluctant to call out Ye on the stuff feel the exact same way you do about Shu. They have an attachment to Ye that makes them feel like friends. They refuse to cut him off to the extent they should. Sigabiz? The difference being that all of my criticisms of Shu are still expressed. Well, I just personally like her, and she's also my actual friend. I don't think that's at all comparable to being totally unwilling to criticize a Nazi public figure. Zigabiz is in for it now. Well, but it's the same dynamic. I don't think it's the same dynamic at all. That the equivalent would be if Shu was a Nazi, and I didn't criticize her for it, which I don't think it's comparable. I mean, I guess it really depends on how parasocial somebody is. Adjacent at most. I'm not even taking that. All right, we're fine. Oh, we also have this nice art from Nick Fuentes' Telegram, which is nice. The American Nazi Party attending Nation of Islam events. Oh, yes. So this was back when the Nation of Islam wasn't as explicitly far right as it would turn to be. But yes, George Lincoln Rockwell, head of the American Nazi Party at Black Muslim meeting, Washington, D.C. I don't think they were buddy buddies back at this point, but there's definitely been a long-standing friendship. Why aren't they happy? Well, they're Nazis. Grumpy lads. They gotta look serious. Malcolm X was also sussy. Malcolm X had a sussy period, but he came around in the end. A lot of people who defend him conveniently ignore that fact and use him as a way of pushing racially exclusionary politics. Article on the subject. It does say the N-word in it. Only once? Ah, yes. The weird time Nazis made common cause with black nationalists. The black nationalist Nation of Islam and the American Nazi Party didn't have a lot in common, but they did believe in staying as far away from each other's race as possible. This is the critical thing, right? Black nationalists and Nazis are both anti Semitic, homophobic, transphobic, incredibly sexist. They want like traditional, like highly authoritarian, autocratic social structures. And they both want to live in ethnically exclusionary communities. White nationalists in America want America, whereas black nationalists in America tend to want Africa, or at least parts of Africa. So they actually have the same goals? Looking out over a sea of 12,000 black faces at the Chicago International Amphitheater, American Nazi Party leader George Lincoln Rockwell told the crowd that their last best chance for black uplift was an alliance with Nazis. You know, we call you the hard R, he said, but wouldn't you rather be confronted by honest white men who tell you that to your face what the others all say behind your back? Wow. I wish modern Nazis were anywhere near this straightforward and brave. People like Nick Fuentes are like flop sweating, dancing around dog whistles. Meanwhile, yeah, George stepping on up there being like, yeah, we're incredibly racist, but like all white people are. So, you know, um, really, we do need to return. Modern Nazis are too soy to represent their ideology appropriately. Oh God, we've already spent so much time on politics. I wanted to play Subnautica. Okay, we're gonna talk about one more thing. We're gonna leave the turkey thing